My name's Joanna Fitzgerald. I'm the director at the Arx Wildlife Hospital at the Conservancy of Southwest Florida. And the reason I got into this job is because I love animals and I love learning about them, and I want to understand everything about them. And then I also love this job because I get to educate the public and help them hopefully learn to love the animals as much as I do. The world would be a very sad place, I think, if we didn't have all of these amazing creatures in there that we take care of every day. So part of what I do is actually taking care of the animals if they've been sick, injured, or orphaned, and making them well again so they can be released into the wild. And that's an amazing feeling, to actually help something heal and then give it another chance to be free and in the wild. There's nothing, I get chills, you can't even describe it. So that's part of why I do what I do, because I love the animals and I love to educate. STEAM is a huge part of what I do every day, and I didn't know that when I got into this job, but now I see it and I live it every day and I love it. Science is the S, and every part of science is in my daily work. The biology of the animals, the chemistry of the medications that we're using, all of the physics in terms of setting up the enclosures to make sure it works for the animals. Science is just a huge part of it. Most of my science is environmental science, but it's still science, and it's amazing. Technology is a part of what we do and use every day. We have the X-ray machine where we're taking care of the animals to find out what's wrong internally. If they have a broken bone because they've been hit by a car, maybe a pelican has swallowed a fishing hook, or maybe we're just trying to figure out what's wrong. Why is the animal not moving its legs? We can see if there's been any spinal injuries, things like that. We do blood work every day. We use microscopes. So all these cool kind of machines that are technology that help us do a better job taking care of the animals. Our veterinarian uses technology every day. When she's doing surgeries, she can actually be on the computer consulting with other professionals all the way across the world and getting their input if she's got a difficult case. So technology is huge, and it's only going to get better and better as we keep going into the future. Engineering is a big part of what we did when we built this hospital, and I was a part of that. So I had to work with the architects, and I got to design the building, make sure the spaces worked for what we thought they would use. These outside enclosures that we have for the animals all came in from an engineering component, and we work with that every day to make sure the spaces are still working for the animals. The arts is kind of the fun part, not that all of it isn't fun, but it's a different part of thinking that we get to do. And so for me, the main component of the arts that I use is writing. I write a weekly article for the Naples Daily News where I tell people what's happened this week and what animals we've gotten in. And most importantly, I need to be writing in a way that engages the reader. They're going to want to know what happened to that animal, and then what they could have done different to maybe help if they saw that animal that was hurt, or avoid it getting injured in the first place. So a lot of the arts comes from my writing. The staff also is very involved with Twitter and Instagram and posting different stories about the animals. So we're always using our creativity to make those small little clips and those videos engaging for the people who are looking on Instagram to find out what we're doing. Math, I love math. I can't help it. I love math, and I love it because there's always an answer. Even if it's a hard answer and it might take a little while to think about it and get to it, you're going to get that answer. And the math is so important for us every day, whether it's figuring out how much a baby raccoon can eat when I feed it every day. Maybe it's the animal is in pain and I need to give them some pain medication. Well, I have to be very, very careful to not give them too much medication. And if I don't give them enough, that's not going to help their problem. So we have to figure out math questions all day, every day. We can have over 100 babies at one time. And in my head, I can just do these math problems now because I do it every day, multiple times a day. So the fun part for me is the math and getting that answer and knowing I'm giving the animal exactly what it needs. If I were going to give advice to anybody, especially young girls who are thinking about science as a career or wildlife rehab or animal care as a field of study for them, is don't be afraid to keep asking questions and read as much as you can, research as much as you can to find out what is your real interest. Is it helping animals that are injured? Is it doing field research on sea turtles in Costa Rica? If those things are interesting to you, you've just got to keep figuring out how you can learn more about it and decide, yes, this is where I want to go and this is what I want to do. As you get a little older, you can start to volunteer at some of these places. You can volunteer at the Wildlife Hospital. You can volunteer at the Humane Society. Get that experience and work at it and find out if it really is what you thought it was. Get out there and learn and experience everything there is that you're interested in. The animals are all around us and you can't help but not see them and watch what they're doing, watch their behavior, and then look it up. I saw a bird carrying a twig and it was May. What is it doing? Well, in May, they're making their nests and they're probably going to have eggs and then raise their babies. You can start to figure out what they're doing, and I love that mystery of figuring out why they're doing what they're doing. And that's hopefully what you will find if this is an interest for you. It'll pull you in to figure out what the animals are doing and how you can help them.